Hi everybody, welcome. We're here at Berkshire Yoga Dance and Fitness. It's Monday morning, August 10th, and we're here for Gentle Flow Yoga. My name's Rachel, if you're joining us for the first time, and we're just gonna go through our Gentle Flow class. We'll start with our seated meditation, some centering, some warm up and relaxation at the end. So if you guys are just logging on for the live class, I'm sorry for the delay in getting you your link. I'll check in with you at the end if you have any questions. And if you're watching this later, I'm glad that you're able to join us at some point. So let's come take a seat and we'll get going. Right. So coming into that comfortable seated position, you could always be up on a bolster or a blanket or a block. And just taking some time to adjust your seat, to widen your stance, to feel the sitting bones rooting down to the earth, to feel the legs stable and steady. And then let's start with a letting go breath today. So breathe in through the nose. Let it out through your mouth. And do that again. Breathe in through your nose. And out through your mouth. And one last time, deep breath in. Full breath out. Good, then breathe in through the nose. Just hold when you get to the top. Through your nose, exhale, round your back. So create that cat back, tuck your tail, scoop your belly, bring your chin to your chest, hold your breath out there. So take that big cat back, take a deep inhale, and full exhale. As you rise up, float forward on the sitting bones, lift the belly, lift the chest, lift the throat, lift the face, open the whole front body. And exhale, roll back, round your back, tuck your tail, scoop the belly, chin to chest. And one more time, inhale, lengthen up. And exhale, release. Then take that one more time, inhale to lift. And exhale to release. Let's hold the bottom, hold that cat pose. And then just move the ribs over to one side, around to the front, over to the other side and around to the back. So we'll come into stillness in a moment, but just taking some time to stir the ribs. And if you're just tuning in, welcome. We had a little glitch this morning with getting our link out, so I apologize for that delay. So we're just starting with some spinal flexion and extension and rotation before we come into our centering. So just taking these nice little rib rolls. And then when the ribs come to the back, you can circle them the other way, big circles. Good job. And then as these ribs are spiraling all the way around, the next time you make it to the back, let's just hold the breath out, round the back, take that big cat back, stretch to the upper back, the lower back, the middle back, and then inhale, shrug the shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. And let's do that a couple times. So seated, inhale, just lift the shoulders up. Exhale, roll them back. And last time, big breath in. And exhale, release. Let's roll the palms open so it's the backs of the hands touching the lap. And as you exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Hold there with a heavy head, a relaxed face. Breathe into the back of the neck. Take a deep inhale. And full exhale. On your next in-breath, bring the right ear over to the right shoulder. Open up the left side of the neck. And exhale, let the chin come back to your chest. Go the other way, just that quarter of a head circle over to one side. And back through center. And then one more time each side, just to loosen up the neck. Back through center. And last time, opposite side. And coming through center. And then let your head lift up. You can keep the eyes closed. You'll breathe out right where you are. And then start to deepen your breath. Breathe into the lowest part of the belly, the middle portion of the ribs, the upper section of the heart and chest. And exhale, release the chest, relax the ribs, relax the belly so you're empty at the bottom of the breath. And then do that again. Breathe into belly, breathe into ribs, breathe into heart and chest. Exhale, relaxing the chest, relaxing the ribs, relaxing the belly so you're empty at the bottom. And then continue that, those deep, steady inhales and exhales. In and out through the nose. Finding that Dirga 3-part breath, that rhythm of breath where the lowest part of the belly expands and then the ribs open and then the heart and chest. And as you exhale, the breath leaves the upper chest, it leaves the ribs, and eventually leaves the belly. So you're empty at the bottom. As you continue this 3-part Dirga breath, allowing the breath to wash over your whole body and mind and heart, to allow yourself to touch peace, to access the space of grace and ease, expansion, vitality, joy. Tapping into that highest place within yourself, that most aligned place within yourself, the most conscious, connected, peaceful version, loving version of yourself. And the next time that you breathe in, you can float the hands together to prayer, just to begin our practice together. Palms can touch, and you can bow the head to yourself, taking a moment to honor yourself, to connect to yourself, to honor that union that you're creating between your body, your mind, your heart, and your spirit through this practice of yoga, uniting all parts of yourself here today. Then as you inhale, slide the hands up towards the ceiling. You can lengthen the arms and lift the face and maybe open the eyes. And separate the arms to bring the hands down to the ground and the chin towards the mat, or chin towards the chest rather. Inhale out and up. And you'll reverse it all the way. So when the palms touch, just glide the hands down to your heart today, all the way back through prayer. And then let's do that again. So inhale, slide the hands up, lengthen, lift, look up. Exhale, open the arms wide, chin towards chest, fingers to the mat. And we'll do that another time or so. Inhale to lift. Hands stay together above the head. They glide back through prayer all the way to heart center. You could bow gently to your heart. And then inhale, slide on up. And exhale, open wide. Good. From here, take the right arm out to the side. Exhale, up and over to the left to pause. And you'll just be there for a moment or so, holding that. And then like you're just yawning or waking up, you're going to reach that arm back. Press into the left fingertips as you spiral the ribs up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, close that off. So sweep that arm down towards the ground as you kind of curl up over to that left side. And then swing the arm out and up to stretch through the chest, through the armpit. So look up. Exhale, release. Sweep the arm down, turn the gaze down, pause. One more time, inhale, open it up. So a little bit of rotation, little bit of side stretch, stretching through the chest, the armpit. And exhale, release. Hold the bottom. Just pause here for a moment. Drop the head. Maybe walk the hands out a little further. You could be on the pads of your fingertips and kind of perk the wrists up here. So you have these active arms and hands. Pausing here, but bowing the head, relaxing your neck. And then gently pedal the hands forward. And before you take a deep fold here, see if you could lengthen up. So pull the rib cage off the hips, sit up a little taller in that kind of semi-forward fold. And then if you want to go deeper, go ahead and walk the hands forward. And it doesn't have to be super deep. It could be the bowing of your head, or maybe you're in a really deep fold. But honoring wherever your body is able to access today on this particular Monday morning. So gentle class, moving slowly, mindfully, gently. Just creating some more space in our bodies, some more room for the breath to flow, more ease of movement for our joints, our muscles, our bones. Maybe give the head a little roll. You could check in with the neck, just kind of move the head around a little bit, see what's happening in the neck or the tops of the shoulders today. And then go ahead and roll on up. You could let the hands drape right over the lap behind you, and like we've done many times before, plug the fingers down to the ground. So you flip your fingers to the back of the room, lift the heart up, lift the face up, and if you wanted to elevate the hips, go ahead and press the pelvis up. And exhale, release the hips down. So let's switch the cross of our legs. Go ahead and put the other leg in front. If you're cross-legged, you could also be doing this kneeling or in any other variation of seated if you'd rather. Take the left arm out and up and stretch up and over to the right. And then same thing here. If you can turn the face up, go ahead. If that bothers the neck, turn the chin down, and we'll just hold here for a breath or so. And then from here, let's open up. So take that top arm and stretch it back, reach it back. Come on the fingertips of the bottom hand so you can really spiral the chest open in the ribs. And then exhale, release that arm, sweep it down, bow the head, kind of curl up to that right side. And then inhale, unwind, open it back up, lift, look up, get really big. And exhale, melt, soften, get small, tuck back into yourself. And then one more time, expand like you're blooming out of the earth all the way up towards the sky. And exhale, release. You're gonna hold the bottom, just pause there. And again, just where you feel comfortable, so no need to push, just a nice easy stretch. And then walk the hands forward. And same thing, before you fold, you're gonna come out of that fold and lengthen. So pull the chest forward, the ribs, the heart, the head, get really, really long. And then exhale, go ahead and deepen into your fold. You could be on the fingertips, you could be on the palms, you could be on the forearms. If you're really open in the hips, you might float the elbows apart and drop the head, or even stretch the arms long. Take a few breaths. Let's roll ourselves up, drift your hands right over your lap. Bring the hands behind you again, flip your fingers to the back, lift the heart. If you want to elevate the hips, go ahead and pick the hips and pelvis up. And exhale, release back down. Come to all fours. So you could either come over the shins or you could unwind the legs. You're in tabletop position here. And let's come into these familiar hip circles that you've done with me before, hands in front of shoulders, and just swing the hips around. This is one of my favorite ways, is to bring in kind of a full body movement when we're doing our warm-up. So it feels so good in the hips to feel that outer edge of the hip, the back of the hip, the sides of the hips, the front of the hips, and get the shoulders moving, and even the elbows and the knees, so just stirring everything up. And then when you go to the back, go ahead and reverse, stir everything the other way. And let's take it to our wide-kneed childs. So touch big toes, separate knees, and stretch forward to child's pose. Drop the head and pause. If you want to rock, sometimes it can feel nice to sway left to right, which would let you roll across the forehead left to right and shift the hips left to right. And just this easy rock or sway through your child's pose. And then pausing there, walk the hands over to the right. So go ahead and pick yourself up a little bit and pedal the hands to the right. And then go ahead and lay back down into your child's. Take a few breaths there. Good. Pedal the hands through center and then come all the way to the other side. Walk them to the left. So get that nice big stretch in the right hip, the right side of the waist, the right ribs, the right armpit and shoulder. Good. Come back through center. And then from where you are, roll forward through cat. Bring your knees underneath the hips. Come all the way forward like an upward dog. And then just open the belly, open the heart, open the chest. Lift the throat and face. Look up. And let the tailbone pull you all the way back towards child's. And let's take that another couple times. So round it through cat. Big rounded spine, moving nice and slow and easy. Hips tip, belly opens, heart opens. Then you can even take the head back, maybe lift the face. And exhale, release. We're gonna bring this to our belly, so go ahead and roll on forward all the way to come belly down, to soften the elbows. When you get belly down, plant your hands to the ground next to the chest. Anchor the pubic bone in the hips, point the elbows back, and lift the heart to cobra. Exhale, release the chest down and the belly down. Bring your hands off of your mat, forward and off the mat. Come on, tented fingertips. Lift up, and then twist to the right. Lift up, twist to the right. Exhale, lower. You're gonna lift up and twist to the left. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Bring the hands right underneath the forehead to make a pillow for the head, stacking palms or fists, and bend the knees. Relax your buttocks, the backs, the legs, and thighs, and roll your ankles one way. And then roll your ankles the other way. Letting the hips and legs relax. Just take a few circles with the shins to loosen up the knees and the low back. And then go ahead and circle the shins the other way. Good. Lay the legs down on the ground. Lift the right leg up just a few inches to reach to the back of the mat. And set it down. Lift the left leg up just a few inches to the back of the mat. And set it down. Bring the arms back near the chest again. You're going to come into just a variation of Locust Pose. So from here, lift the chest. See if you could lift the hands, and then maybe lift the legs too. So you're hovering here on the hip points and the pubic bone. Hands are lifted, chest is lifted, legs are lifted. Take a deep breath. And exhale, everything relaxes back down. Press into the hands and take it back to child's, but this time keep the knees together if that's comfortable. So let the belly and the chest come right onto the thighs, and then bring the arms alongside you if that's comfortable. So you can let the backs, the hands touch the ground, and let the palms roll open. So you're in this little child's pose ball here, and you'll hold and breathe. And then from where you are, if you'd like, bring your hands to your heels or grab a hold of whatever you can grab a hold of, your feet, your ankles, your edges of your pants, your calves, whatever you can get. And then if you want to pick it up to rabbit, you'll lift the hips and roll towards the front of the hairline as you round your back like a cat. If that's too much, you can skip it and work your child's pose. If you're here in rabbit, tuck the chin, lift the head up, and then come back down towards the top of the head. So you're right on the crown of the head. And you can activate the upper back by kind of gently pulling the shoulder blades apart and pressing the upper back through the shoulder blades so you feel that big stretch across the shoulders and upper back. Deep breath in. Exhale, release to lower. Send the arms forward to child's pose. Shift forward to tabletop. And then when you get to all fours, just take a hip wag side to side. Good. And then let's work a little bit of rotation here while we're in tabletop. So bringing the hips right above the knees, sweep the left arm out and up. You can look up to your left fingertips. And as you exhale, thread the left arm through, and we're gonna stay here right now. So keep the right arm where it is, and then even out your hips, and then use that right hand. You might move it out a little bit, just so it's not so close to your face. So it's more like a 90-degree bend at the elbow. And either stay on the palm of the hand or come up to your tented fingers again and use that hand or fingers to help spiral the heart and chest open a little more. So you kind of slide that left arm under and press down into the ground to reach the head up and around and to open up the chest, to really reach the chest through and get a big stretch for that left bottom shoulder. Few breaths. Good. Take another deep inhale. As you exhale, release. You can come flat onto that right hand. Press into the right hand. Slowly and gently unwind the body all the way up. And exhale, release. I'm going to spin around for the other side. So you'll take the right arm out and up, lift up. And exhale, thread it all the way through. Let the head come down. First thing, you're gonna check to make sure the hips are right above the knees. Press into the left hand, and you might move it just a little bit away so it's more of a 90-degree bend at that left elbow. So be on the hand or come up onto the fingers and press down to roll the chest open. And be on the outer edge of the head. So notice if you're kind of smushing down onto the face, you want to lengthen, so kind of lift the head up slightly so you're on the corner of the head, of the skull, not really mushed onto the side of the cheeks or face. And then hold here. So the neck is long, a long line from the tailbone to the top of the head. And you'll breathe. Take another deep breath. As you exhale, release, press down into the left hand, sweep the right arm out and up all the way towards the ceiling. And exhale, release. We're gonna take it up to standing, so you could either walk out to puppy, curl the toes under and stretch here before we stand, or take it up to dog, hands a little further forward to the shoulders, toes curled under, hips stretch back. And as always in your dog, feel free to move around a little bit, especially in your first down dog, maybe pedaling out the feet, wagging the hips, bending and straightening the legs. Now let's be still eventually, whether we're in dog or puppy, either straight legs or bend the knees. Keep the ears in line with the arm bones, spread the fingers wide, and take a few breaths. And from either puppy pose or downward dog, start to walk to forward fold. So you can come up to stand and then step the feet to the hands or the hands to the feet. Once the feet are hip width, give your head shake yes. Give your head shake no. You can hang heavy there with either straight legs or a soft bend in the knees. Walk the hands to the right. And pause. If you can't touch the ground, just bring your hands up to your legs. That's fine too. You could also bend the knees to touch the ground. And then walk the hands through center, walk the hands to the left, and hold. Good, walk the hands through center, bend your knees, slowly, slowly roll up. Good, inhale, lift the arms out and up. Exhale, slide the hands through prayer, stand up tall, lengthen your spine all the way from the tailbone to the top of the head, feeling the feet drop down to the earth and feeling the top of the head rise up towards the sky. So you feel really long and tall and strong, connected to the earth, connected to the sky, just connected to the surroundings around you. And feeling confident, peaceful, awake, aware, conscious, and present. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, release the hands. You're just going to come to Tadasana, mountain pose. So feet hip width, lift the arms to frame the head and hold. So you're standing in mountain. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, bend the knees, bend the hips, and sit into chair, Utkatasana. So feet hip width, hips are back, long line from hips to fingertips. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, swing the arms alongside the body to find tabletop within these Utkatasana legs. So head in line with tail, arm bones alongside the body, gazing at the floor. Release the hands and arms, straighten the legs at the top, come to stand, Tadasana, mountain pose. And exhale, bend the knees, bend the hips, Utkatasana. Deep breath in. Exhale, release to tabletop, but keep your Utkatasana legs. Release the arms, straighten the legs, stand up tall and pause. And then one more time, sit into chair. Deep inhale. Exhale, swing the arms, head in line with hips. Release the arms. Inhale, stand up tall. And then this time, let's bend the knees and swan dive. So just open up, dive over your legs. Inhale, flat back to bring your hands up to the shin bones and lengthen the head away from your tail. Exhale, melt down into a deep fold as you bend your knees. And then inhale, fly the arms out and up, rise all the way up. At the top, bring your thumb right between your eyebrows. Close your eyes, connecting to that point of intuition or inner knowing. Take a deep breath. And exhale, bring your thumb to your sternum, your heart center, and pause. Take a deep breath. And exhale, release your arms. Let's take one more sun breath to the top. Inhale to rise. And exhale, catch your hips and walk to the top of the mat. When you get there, take the right leg back to a high lunge, so a crescent lunge. You could wiggle the foot back and just find a length of your legs that's sustainable for you. Feet are hip width distance, back heel pressing back. Back leg is straight. If you need to bend it, it's okay. But if you can, you're going to try to press that back heel back and straighten the back leg. Inhale, lift the arms up. To frame the head, take a deep breath. And full breath out. We're just going to take one press through here. So turn the palms forward. Press the arms forward. Soften the back knee. Keep the shoulders above the hips as the arm bones come alongside the body. Then take the arms out with palms up. Press the air up above the head and stay at the top. And actually, let's do it twice more. Press the arms through, bend the back knee. So you can kind of get into a little bit of a flow here. Inhale, rise out and up. We did this on Sunday up at Mount Greylock. If you were with me, press through. Inhale, rise up. You're going to stay at the top and then just bend the front knee. Good. Take a deep breath in and full breath out. Inhale, straighten the front knee. Exhale, open up to warrior two. You wiggle the back foot so the front heel is lined up with the arch of the back foot and pause, looking out over front middle finger. As you inhale without moving the feet, just straighten the legs, lift the arms above the head to look to the long edge of the mat. And exhale, place yourself back into warrior two. Do that again. Inhale, lift yourself up. And exhale, release. And one last time, rising up. And exhale, release. Hold the bottom. Take a deep breath in. And full breath out. On your next inhale, straighten the front knee. Dance back to reverse triangle. Bring the back hand to the back leg. Lift the top arm and look up. And then open the arms to shoulder height to pause. Straight legs. You can look to the side edge of the mat. And then slide the arm bones forward and bump the hips back. Bring yourself into triangle. Bring the bottom hand to the bottom leg. The top arm lifts to look up. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to close off. So take that top hand, sweep it down to the bottom hand to look down to your foot. And then slide it along the left arm, across the collarbones, across the chest, all the way to the sky, opening to triangle. Twice more. Exhale, release. Inhale, slide it all the way up and out. One more time. Exhale, release. Inhale, slide it along the bottom arm all the way up to the top and hold. On an in-breath, rise up. Exhale, bend the front knee and dance back. Keep the legs where they are. Inhale, open the arms to shoulder height. And as you exhale, cartwheel down. Left arm, right arm. Pivot on the ball of the back foot and pause. Soften the back knee, dropping it down towards the ground. Press into the right hand and then lift the left arm out and up to take a revolved lunge and look up. Take a deep breath here. As you exhale, release your hand. Gently slide the front leg back to meet the back leg. You're in a knee down plank and lower to chaturanga with knees down. Uncurl the toes. Inhale to cobra, lift the heart. Exhale, release to your belly. And take it back to child's. Press into the hands. Sink the hips to the heels. Knees hip width or wide. When you get to child's, just land for a few breaths here. From your child's pose, just like we did in the very beginning of class, just walk the hands over to the right, sink the hips over to the left, and take a breath there. And then walk through center. You go the other way, so walk the hands to the left as you dip the hips to the right. Relax the head and pause there. Walk the hands through center. Shift forward to tabletop. Bring the wrists underneath the shoulders for a moment, the knees under the hips, and just take your hip wag side to side. And then setting up for the other side, just like we did before, you'll pause and curl your toes under and either take a moment to pause and rest in puppy with forehead to the mat or chin to the mat. If you want to take it up to down dog, hands a little further forward of shoulders, fingers spread wide. The hips press back away from the wrists, and you'll hold here. So your body's creating this triangular shape with the hips as high as can be. And the back is really long and strong and straight. So if it's kind of puffing up and rounding, you want to bend the knees and then try to reach the hips up and back to take any curve out of the upper back. You don't want to have a rounded upper back. You want a long, straight upper back. Couple breaths. And then start to step your feet to your hands or your hands to your feet. And then when the feet get right underneath the hips, nod your head yes. And shake your head no. And then hang heavy here with straight legs or bent knees. Walk the hands to the left edge of the mat. Take a little stretch there. If you can't reach the ground, bring the hands up to the legs or have a block or a prop under the hands. And then go ahead the other way. Walk the hands all the way through center, all the way to the opposite side. Take that stretch. Good, walk it through center. Bend the knees and slowly roll up. When you make it to the top, inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, bring your thumb to your third eye, right between the eyebrows. Maybe close the eyes, tap into that place of inner knowing. Take a deep breath in, your inner guidance or teacher. And then bring your thumb to your heart center to pause, connecting to your own heart and honoring this union that you're creating within yourself through this practice. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, release your arms. Feet are hip width distance. Bend the knees, bend the hips. Sit into Utkatasana, standing squat to hold. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, swing the arms forward. Bring the head in line with the tailbone, flat back. Release the arms, stand up tall, press down into the feet, rise up through the head and up through the fingertips. And exhale, sit, Utkatasana, deep breath in. Exhale, sweep the arms long, flat back to pause. Release the arms, inhale, stand up, Tadasana. One more time, exhale, sit, Utkatasana. Deep breath in. Exhale, flat back. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, bend the knees, dive forward. Inhale, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold, hands to shins or fingertips to mat. You stretch out long. And exhale, soften, deep fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive just one time up to the top, palms touch. And exhale through prayer. Pausing there, deepen breath. And exhale, release your arms. Take a sun breath, inhale, lift. You're gonna stay standing. And as you exhale, just open the arms, catch the hips, and walk up to the top of the mat. And we'll do the whole thing on the other side. So you're standing on the right, send your left leg back. So find your lunge that feels good. Feet are hip width distance. Hips are square, toes are facing forward, back leg is straight if it can be. Inhale, lift the arms to frame the head. That's like your Tadasana, so the arms are in line with the ears and they're straight. Take a deep breath. Turn the palms forward, press the air down in front of you as you bend your back knee. Arms alongside the body, and then sweep the arms out and up, straighten both the legs, lift the arms, rise high on the ball of the back foot. Exhale, press through. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, press through. Inhale, rise up, stay at the top, and then just bend the front knee and hold here in your high lunge, couple breaths. On an inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, open up to warrior two. That's when the back heel spins down. You widen your stance if you're comfortable with it. So the front heel is lined up with the arch of the back foot, the front knee above the front ankle, arms are straight, chest and belly square to the side edge of the mat, and then face looking over the front middle finger. Without moving the feet, straighten the legs, lift the arms, shift your gaze to the long edge of the mat, palms could touch. And exhale, open up, warrior two. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Let's do it once more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Hold the bottom. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Reverse triangle, legs straighten, body tips back. Ribs lift up off the hips. And then arms open, shoulder height. You might want to shorten your stance a little here, so I'm just going to heel toe my back foot in a little bit so it's not too wide. Straight legs, hips bump back, arms slide forward, and then front hand lands on front shin or ankle or ground or block. Look up to top hand. If you're landing on the ground, bring it behind your foot. Same thing with the block. It can help bring the ribs back over that bottom leg. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, release, like you're gonna close the book of the body. The hand can touch the bottom hand, and then it slides up the bottom arm, right along the chest, right along the ribs, right along the heart to look up. Again, exhale, release it back down. And then inhale, slide it up. One more time, release it down. And slide it up. When you get to the top, hold your triangle or Trikonasana pose. Pausing there, big stretch for the hips, a lot of strength in the legs and balance. Take a deep inhale. Full exhale. Now the top arm help pick you up as you engage the leg muscles to help to bend the front knee, little mini reverse warrior, dance back. And then open arms shoulder height to hold. We're gonna cartwheel down, so take a deep breath in. As you exhale, front arm reaches to the ground or a block, back arm follows. Pivot on the ball of the back foot so you close the hips and then soften the back knee down. Press into the left hand or block or fingers, reach the right arm up. Take a deep breath. And exhale, release your hand. Back out of the hips just enough so you can bring that back knee down and come back to your modified knee down plank. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, uncurl the toes, lower all the way to belly. Hands back near chest. Inhale, lift to cobra. Exhale, back to belly. Press back to child's. Pressing into hands, hips to heels, knees hip width or knees wide. Sink back and take a few breaths. Good, and then just like we did on the other side and in the beginning of class, go ahead and walk over to the left if you'd like. Take a little side stretch in your child's pose and hold. Good, walk the hands through center. Bring the arms to the other side. Take that side stretch and pause. Good, bring the hands back through center. And then when you get here, let the hands float back near the shoulders. Press into the hands to roll up or lengthen up to sit on your heels. And we're just gonna come to seated so you can send the hips off to the side. You can swing the legs around to the front. And let's scooch right up to the top of our mat. We'll do a little work on our backs here. So from where you are, bend your knees, bring your feet to the mat. Your knees up to the ceiling, the arms can come up above the head, and as you exhale, slowly lower, tuck the tail, scoop the belly to come onto your back. You could use your hands to help if you wanted to. And then when you get down, take a nice big stretch. Lengthen the legs, extend the arms, stretch the waist, the belly, the ribs, the fingers, the toes. And then gather the knees up into the body, hold the knees or the shins or wrap the arms around the legs and take a rock. Bring your hands to your knees. Circle your knees one way. And circle your knees the other way. Hugging your knees into your belly, separate the knees, slide the hands down the shins to catch the ankles. Or the tops of the feet, or if you can reach the outer edges of the feet, you could do that. So you're in this version of a bound angle, but we're on our backs instead of seated. You can breathe there. Breathing right into the low back, right into the hips, the inner thighs, the outer thighs. Wherever you're feeling this most, sending your breath there. If you want to take it up to happy baby from here, just flex your feet up towards the ceiling, hold the outer edges of the feet, peace fingers to big toes, or hold ankles or calves. You could come inside the feet if that's easier to reach, but I think it's helpful to be on the outer edges, even if that means holding the legs, because that can keep your chest really broad. So you'll hold here and maybe rock if you'd like. Then bring the feet back towards each other, bring the hands to the knees to bring the knees together. Place your feet on the ground, knees up to the ceiling, and extend the right leg towards the sky. Hold the back of the leg and just roll your ankle. And roll your ankle the other way. And then flex your foot with interlaced fingers behind the leg. Just give that a little squeeze in towards the body, whether the leg's straight or bent. Just a little stretch here. And soften the knee and fold the ankle above the other knee. So you're in figure 4. So you could have your arms out to T and you could just pause here in figure 4. Or if you wanted more of a stretch, you'll pick the left foot up and hold the back of the left thigh or the front of the left shin. Be conscious of what the head's doing. If its chin's lifted and it's really crunched back there, just see if you could slide the chin down and lengthen the back of the neck. You could even put a blanket or something underneath the head if that would be helpful for you. And then if you wanted to straighten the left leg, you could, but you don't need to. And take another breath. And exhale, rebend the left knee. Place your left foot down on the ground. Open the arms to T. Cross the legs closer so the inner thighs touch. Press into the bottom foot to scooch the hips to the right so you're more on the left hip, and then the knees go to the left and the head turns to the right. If you'd rather unwrap the legs and stack them, you can. If you want to bring your left hand down to the outer edge of the leg, you can. And then maybe close your eyes. Bring the head back through center. Bring the knees back up through center. Press into the bottom foot. Shift the hips back. Unravel the legs. Do the other side. So bend the left knee up into your body. Hold the back of the left leg. And you could keep it bent, or if you wanted to straighten it, you're going to straighten it and roll your ankle one way. And then the other way. Good. And then flex your foot, activate the leg, whether it's straight or bent, and just give it a little pull in towards the body to lengthen your low back and stretch the hamstring in the back of that leg. Good, release, soften the bend in the knee, cross your left ankle over your right knee to figure 4. Arms either stay at T to pause, or pick the right foot up, hold the back of the thigh or the front of the shin. Hold here. You could also, if you wanted, extend the right leg to the ceiling and pause. And then rebend the right knee. Place your right foot down to the ground. Open the arms to T. Good. Cross the legs closer. Press into the bottom foot to shift the hips over to the left. You're more on the right hip. And then bring the knees to the right. And again, you could unwind the legs if you wanted. You could also bring your hand to your outer edge of leg. And then the head can turn away. And close your eyes. And let the head move through center. Release the leg if you were holding it. Bring the knees back through center. Press into the bottom foot to shift the hips back. Unwind your legs. And take another nice big stretch out. Legs come forward, arms behind, like you're just waking up. Stretch the fingers, the toes, the belly, the back. Give yourself one more big hug in. Grab a hold of the knees, maybe even lift the head and the shoulders up off the ground. And lower back down. Place your feet on the ground, knees up to the ceiling. Slide the hands down the thighs. Rest your hands on the belly. Separate your feet as wide as your mat. Let your inner thighs and knees touch, and then pigeon toe your feet. Hands on the belly, or one hand on belly, one hand on heart. You could also be in Shavasana, or with the arms. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, turn your head to the right and pause. Eyes are closed, or a soft, relaxed gaze as you breathe into the left side of your neck. Deep breath. And full breath out. And let your head roll through center. Exhale up and over to the other side to pause. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, head through center. Exhale right where you are. Landing back in the body, reconnecting to your heart and your breath. Taking a moment to stay right as you are. Or if there's any final pose or stretch or movement that the body's craving, you could take that. And if you feel ready to rest, just separate the knees slightly so they're pointing up towards the ceiling. Extend the right leg to the right edge of the mat, the left leg to the left edge of the mat. Let the feet splay open and let your arms fall off of your body. You can close your eyes. Backs of hands to the ground, palms open to the ceiling. Body relaxed. Breath softening. Mind settling. Just giving yourself permission to completely let go here. To relax your whole entire body. The outer edges of the body, the inner corners of the body. Just giving yourself permission to let go for just a moment. You'll take a few minutes here just to pause in stillness and silence. Enjoying this much deserved rest. And inviting in whatever you're seeking or needing from this morning. And as you continue to lie here without moving anything or changing anything, just bring your awareness back. Let your breath deepen. Send your breath to all the distant edges and corners of the body that might not normally receive your breath. Feel this integration and union you created between your body and your mind and your heart and your spirit, all woven together by the breath. As your awareness deepens, feel free to bring movement into the fingers or the toes or any other place that would feel good. And then take your time to come onto either side, pressing into a fetal position with the knees into the belly, the arms into the chest, just for a moment. Using the least amount of effort, press yourself up to seated. You can find cross legs or any other variation of seated just for a moment. When you get here, let the backs of the hands touch your lap, open up the palms, open up the heart and the chest, sit up really tall, take up a lot of space energetically, arriving for this brand new day with an open mind and an open heart, inviting in whatever you're seeking and sharing all the goodness that you're cultivating through this practice. Take a deep breath in. And a full breath out. On your next in-breath, float the hands together to prayer. And then bowing your head to yourself and to any intention that you might have created. We'll end on the sound of Om, starting with a letting go breath. Deep inhale. Exhale a sigh. And we'll begin. Deep breath in. As you bow your head back to yourself, taking one last moment to honor the divinity and the light that shine within you. Namaste. Thank you for being here. Thank you for practicing with me today. It's always so good to see you guys in person and online. So have an awesome week. Have an awesome Monday. And I'll see you again real soon. Thank you.